Today we are doing the most simplest ice cream tumbler you'll ever do. I'm telling you, it's so easy and super cute. I mean, look at this, so cute. Anyways, as always, I'll make sure to put everything I use today into the description for you guys if you would like to recreate this. So let's go ahead and wake up, prep these tumblers, and slay all day. Let's do this. Starting off with our tumbler, I went ahead and I prepped it and I primed it in a rustic pink. I kind of was going for like a pink look at first, but then I ended up doing brown. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump into doing the ice cream lid right away because it takes 5 days to dry. So we're going to get started on the lid first and then work from there. So first thing we got to do, because I'm just going to work right on the lid itself, is I'm going to remove the slider portion. If you don't like to do it in this manner, you like to do like magnets, topper that comes on and off, you can do it in that way, but I like to do it just like this. The next thing we're going to need is lightweight spackling. So it's super soft and super easy to work with. That's what we need. And we're also going to need an ice cream scooper. I'm using kind of a small scooper, but if you have a medium or a large one, of course, obviously you can do like a whole scoop on top. I'm doing like 3 little ones, so I just chose a small one. But if you use the heavier spackling, it won't, see how fluffy this is? This is what you want. The other stuff is too heavy and you just won't be able to mold it properly. So we're gonna go ahead and take a nice dollop of our lightweight spackling and put it down into a cup. I'm just gonna do vanilla. So you don't even need to do what I'm about to do because it's white anyways, but I kind of wanted to make sure that it had a little bit of a pearl look to it. So I don't know, I just felt like I needed to dye it a little bit. So I'm actually going to take some white mica powder. And of course, it's hard to see it on film, but I can see it looking at it. It does give it a little bit of a pearl look to it. So I'm just going to dump a little bit of Betty down into it and stir that up really good. Of course, if you want to dye it a different color, you could use a little bit of acrylic paint to dye it pink or like brown for chocolate. You could definitely use some acrylic paint to color it up any way that you would like. So I am going to tape it off, but honestly, guys, I didn't really need to tape it off because there really isn't really anything that needed to, protect from, because if I did get a little bit of spackling on the side, you could just wipe it off with your finger because it's so soft, you know what I mean? We're not dealing with epoxy yet, so this portion wasn't really needed, but I just wanted to tell you guys because I know you'll see it in the next frame where it does have the tape, so I'm just letting you know it's really not needed for this round. So because I'm putting my ice cream right into the lid here, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a rough sanding just so that way I know it has a little bit of grip to it so everything can stick down to it. Now is the super fun part because you never know what it's going to look like, but you definitely want to make sure that you push it down really well into your ice cream scooper so that way there's no holes in it. So you just want to push it down really good, and I'm just going to scrape off the sides so that way I don't accidentally get pieces of it where I don't want it, and I'm just making sure that it's nicely filled in. And then you're just going to take it and you're going to place it right down into your lid wherever you want your starting scoop to be. So I'm going to place my first one just kind of off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and do the motion to kind of release it from the scooper. And there we go. Look at that. How easy, guys. I am just so happy with this. It makes me want to do a bunch more of these lids, I'm telling you. So now I'm just going to go ahead and fill up my lid with how many scoops I want to do. Like I said, I did 3, but you could do 4. Like you could even stack maybe one more on the very top to kind of give one more scoop, however many scoops you want to do. Because I am using a smaller scooper, I can do that. If you're using a bigger scooper, you could just do one solid scoop on the top. That'd be really cool. And then you could just kind of carve away where obviously the straw hole is so that way you can get your straw in there. That would have been really neat too. And you really have to fight the temptation to want to touch it with your finger, okay? Because it's so soft. It's really soft, okay? So if you touch it, you could accidentally dent it and put your fingerprint in there, and then you're gonna have to come back through with your scooper and kind of do what I'm doing right here and kind of remold it a little bit. Now, after I get my last scoop on there, I'm going to come through with a Q-tip and I'm going to clean up some little areas, just being very careful not to disturb, the pieces I want to stay looking like ice cream. I just want to wipe off around the mouthpiece and clean it up a little bit. And because I'm just doing white, I'm going to take whatever's left over in my container here and I'm going to put it right back into with my other stuff because it's perfectly fine to still use, and I could even color it a different color if I want to because all that's in there is just the basic white. Now we are going to jump right into putting the hot fudge on top. So I'm doing hot fudge. Obviously you could do any toppings you like, but I went to the Dollar Tree and I got some brown paint because I didn't have any on hand. And this works just as good. It's just brown acrylic paint. I'm going to put a little bit down into a cup here, and then I'm going to gradually add in a little bit of water at a time until I can get it to drizzle properly. But obviously you just want it enough so that way you can kind of smear it around and make it look a little bit more like hot fudge, because if you just try to put it on in this fashion without a little bit of, watering it down a little bit, it won't really spread the way you want it to. Then you're just going to take it and you're going to drizzle it right over top. It really doesn't go too far. It kind of almost stays put a little bit. So that's good. I was so afraid it was going to run off to the sides and stuff, but it really didn't. So I kind of had control over the placement of it rather than it just doing its own thing. Or you could even let it dry a little bit and then add some puffy paints to the top and then tap it down to give it that kind of drizzled look too, if you'd like to. Whatever way you guys choose to do it is completely up to you. And then we're going to move right into, while the paint is still wet, putting down our sprinkles. If you want to add sprinkles, you could obviously add a little cherry on top too. You could press it down into it. I recommend doing it now so that way you can have it firmly in there and it look like it's settled down into the ice cream to make it look a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle my sprinkles down, and I'll just come through and very, very gently kind of tap them down with my finger just to make sure that they're going to stay on my ice cream and not fall off after it's dry. And the lid is done. How easy, right? So we're going to set that off to the side. Don't touch it. Don't touch it for at least a few days, but you want to let this sit no less than, there we go, 5 days. You at least anything 5+, okay? Because it's so thick, you need to make sure that's fully dry before we epoxy it. So I'm going to set that off to the side and let that dry fully for the next 5 to 7 days, and then we'll come back and epoxy. For the ice cream cone tumbler, we are going to be using our fishnets. I know you guys might have seen my tutorial on my main YouTube channel where I use fishnets to create that kind of cool bat look that I did. So we're going to use the same fishnets, but I'm actually going to go with the wider type holes on the fish. I don't know how to explain it. The wider holes, okay? I didn't want the tiny fishnet holes. I wanted the wider ones. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of the leg off for my tumbler to make sure that it fully creates that look of the cone, the look that we're going for. I'm going to use spray adhesive to adhere down my stockings to the bottom and around the sides because I have to cut it away for the handle. Or you could simply tack it over and over again. You don't need the spray adhesive if you have Aleene's tack it over and over again, because that's a repositionable paint or a glue as well, just like this stuff is. So, you don't have to go out and purchase this if you don't want to. I'm just saying. The only thing with this stuff is you have to work fast because it stays tacky for about 10-15 minutes, but then after that it completely adhere. There we go. It will completely adhere whatever you have stuck to it permanently. So you got to work fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tie up the bottom of my pantyhose so that way it doesn't have that weird toe piece going on. I'm going to give that a good knot at the bottom so that way it it'll be an empty spot. You'll see it here in a second. So that way we have that lacing all the way on the bottom. And I'll just make sure to reposition it so that way everything's nice in the center and it's completely stuck to the bottom. It's nice and adhered to it. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it away. Now the only thing with this is I kind of wish I would have just left it like this instead of cutting it, okay? The reason for that is it kind of gets messed up when I go to paint it, but that's okay. Obviously you guys seen I put some glitter over it to kind of fix that, so it's not a big deal, but I kind of wish I would have just left it whole over the handle instead of doing this right here. I'm going to place my wand down into it, making sure that fishnet is nice and tight along the outside. So I'm just going to take it and push everything down into the inside and see how it tightens everything up. That's what you want because you want it nice and secure to the edge of your tumbler. Now I'm just going to make sure that glue, everything's sticking down because you want to work right away. I'm going to have to go outside right now and I'm going to show you the color that I'm going to use here in a minute. So I'm going to take it out and spray paint it. I let that dry for about 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to move right into peeling back my fishnets because I don't want it to adhere to the side, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take my wand out, and I'm going to peel my stockings away. But look at that. See? Look, perfect. I love it. So cute. The only thing is around the handle, but like I said, we'll fix that here in a second, all right? That was my bad. So I did vintage blush for the base, and I did this warm caramel for the outside of my cone look. To fix my oopsie but not take away too much from the cone look, I'm going to use 50K. The reason why I'm using 50K is it has all this kind of pink color that I was kind of going for anyways, but it's also an opal. So I'm going to sprinkle it over top of this, but you'll actually, depending on which angle you look at it, you'll still be able to see that crisscross cone look underneath the glitter itself. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Mod Podge. I'm going to get that nicely coated onto the surface. And then I'm going to take my 50K and I'm going to do up along the rim first, and then I will come through and gradually tilt the bottom of my tumbler down, creating that waterfall look of the glitter just lightly cascading down the sides. So you can let this go as deep as you'd like or not that deep. I just wanted to make sure that it kind of did cover up my oopsie. So I'm going to let this cascade a little bit past the handle. So it's going to get a lot thinner towards the bottom, obviously staying a little bit more concentrated up until about the middle of that where that handle is, and then lighter towards the bottom. And because it's a chunky, I'll come through and wipe my finger across the rim, and I'll give it a good tap, making sure everything's nicely stuck down. But what an easy way to kind of fix a little bit of an oopsie, and to be honest, and nobody would have known. If I wouldn't have said anything, you guys wouldn't have even known. But I want to make sure that I tell you guys when I do make these oopsies, so that way you know how to fix yours as well, because nobody's perfect. Things happen. All right, so there we go. Nobody will ever know. All right, so we let that dry, we came through, we swept it off really good, then we sealed it down. You could seal it down with a liquid sealer or a spray sealer, whichever one you have on hand, and then we're gonna go ahead and get a coating of epoxy over top of our raw glitter here. Of course, after that cures, we'll go ahead and get our decals going. Now, the decals I went ahead and put into the group. I shared my Cricut Design Space platform with you guys, and you can go ahead and use the same exact decal as I have here, or you can make it up yourself if you don't use Cricut Design Space. Completely up to you, but all it says is "I'll stop the world and melt with you" in a nice fancy font, and that's all you have to do for the decal. And before I add my decal, I'm going to go ahead and get my rim fixed up. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape off any extra epoxy that might be on my rim, being very careful and cautious where my hands are at and my razor blade, okay? Be cautious. Then I'll give it a good sand, making sure it's nice and pretty, and you can see a little bit of that silver because that's always a really pretty look. And then I'll give the sides a sand if I need to. And then I'll go ahead and wipe away any debris that might have formed from giving it a sanding. Now, this was after 5 days of my lid drying and everything. That's why I'm touching it, but you kind of need a lid if you have an extra one, so that way you can put your decal where you want it to be. I like to use my lid. There's a little, you see it at the front there? Where I'm going to use that as my center point where I put my decals. So I'm going to get that lined up and make sure it's where I want it to be. So for the main portion of my quote, I'm using a bronze textured metallic vinyl. And then for the offset, I'm just using a basic white vinyl. And look at that. It's so cute. I just can't believe how easy this was. Like I said, it really makes me want to do a bunch more. All right, so now all that's left to do is give everything a coat of epoxy. So for the lid, I'm just going to very carefully take an old brush that I don't care about. I have this old brush sitting here that my kids used for painting, and then they didn't rinse it good, and so it's all stiff. I'm just going to use that. That's what I'm going to use. Because what you're going to do is you're going to dip it down into your epoxy, and you're going to use that to paint your epoxy onto your ice cream, okay? And you pretty much you can't really rinse that out. So it's pretty much one and done. I know that they might sell at Michael's, like, there are these brushes with the metal handles, and they're meant for just stuff like this where you can just kind of easily toss it because it comes in like bulk. If I find it, I'll put it in the description. But anyways, you could use something like that as well, so that we don't end up using a good brush you might have on hand. But I'm just brushing this on very thin, so that way it doesn't move too far, so that way I can just coat this up. It took me 2 coats. Yeah, it took me about 2 coats. So you just want to make sure you coat it really good, make sure you get up underneath it, make sure that, it's completely sealed down to the lid. Of course, you don't want anything dripping through where the straw goes. You want it to look nice and clean and tidy. So that's why I'm using a brush, so that way I can get on these little tiny areas. And I kind of put it a little bit into the corners as well. But like I said, it takes about 2 coats of this, so that way it's nicely sealed down. And of course, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do about 2 coats of epoxy over top of our tumbler itself. And then she is ready to go. Whether you take this design and duplicate it as is, or you take it and let it inspire you to create something that is completely your own, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, thank you guys so very much from my family to you for being a part of this group. It means so, so much to me. But I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.